Baron Mordo is Doctor Strange's oldest foe and has been trying to kill him and his master, the Ancient One, since the second ever Doctor Strange comic, Strange Tales number 111. Baron Karl Mordo hails from Varf Mandra in the Transylvanian region of Romania, because where else would an evil sorcerer be from except Transylvania? He inherited a passion for magic from his grandfather and traveled to Tibet to study under the Ancient One, the greatest sorcerer on Earth. He had been a student for years when Dr. Stephen Strange arrived from America to learn the secrets of the universe. Mordo didn't like this at all, since this new apprentice could only hamper his attempts to kill the Ancient One. See, Mordo wanted to kill the Ancient One because he was determined to be the greatest sorcerer on the planet. Unfortunately, the Ancient One was way better at magic than he was, so at some point Mordo realized that he could spend decades studying the mystic arts until he was an even greater sorcerer than that old Tibetan guy, or he could just kill him, and then he'd be number one right now, and he could go back to being a wealthy and powerful baron in Transylvania. I have to just kind of assume that he was studying through the whole communist revolution thing and didn't really realize that being a Romanian baron in the 60s wasn't that great a gig. Of course, all this backstory is introduced later. In the earliest Doctor Strange stories, Mordo is a mustache-twirling classic villain who just constantly attacks Strange because he is Doctor Strange. He's presented as the evil version of Doctor Strange, who's just slightly less powerful, but more skilled at hypnosis and willing to do things that Strange doesn't, like make deals with demons and other powerful evil entities. Mordo has tried to kill Strange with brute magical attacks, with poison, he's trapped his spirit outside his body, he's used regular bombs, all other kinds of magical traps, he's also used just good old-fashioned treachery and betrayal. As mentioned before, Mordo has a habit of making deals with more powerful entities than himself in an effort to get an edge on Strange. These bargains have backfired on Mordo more than once, sometimes requiring Strange to actually come and save him, because Doctor Strange is just that nice a guy. Eventually, Mordo's use of evil magic caused him to develop a terminal case of cancer. Even though he renounces his evil ways and attempts to make amends for the pain he has caused, the cancer eventually kills him. But don't worry everyone, this is a comic book, so of course he comes back. And when he does come back, Mordo has apparently forgotten all about that new leaf he turned over, because he immediately allies himself with Terex the Tiger Shark and the Red Hulk and goes right back to being all evil. By the way, this group calls themselves the Offenders, because they fight the Defenders, so that makes sense, right? Baron Karl Mordo was last mentioned in the Uncanny Avengers number 6, where it is revealed in some dialogue that he's dead, but we never learn how or why. And this is the last time Baron Karl Mordo appears in a Marvel comic book. Outside of the comics, Baron Mordo has appeared all over the place. He shows up in a lot of Spider-Man cartoons for some reason, appearing multiple times in Spider-Man, the animated series, and Ultimate Spider-Man. He's been in the Superhero Squad show, and he's been in several games, such as Marvel Ultimate Alliance and Marvel Avengers Alliance. He featured prominently in the animated movie Doctor Strange, the Sorcerer Supreme, where, much like the comics, he is a disciple of the Ancient One who hates the attention Strange is getting, and he eventually allies himself with Dormammu in his effort to rule the entire universe. Baron Mordo will be appearing in the upcoming Doctor Strange movie, where he will be played by the fantastic actor with the complicated name Chiwetel Ejiofor. Chiwetel is best known for his Oscar-nominated performance as Solomon Northup in 12 Years a Slave, and has appeared in some really fantastic movies, such as Children of Men and American Gangster. He was also the main villain in a little Joss Whedon movie called Serenity that you might have heard of. He's got some pretty serious acting chops, and we're really looking forward to his portrayal of this classic Doctor Strange villain.
If you need a little more magic in your life, click on one of the faces for more comic origins of the characters from Marvel's Doctor Strange. Learn all about them now, because you can't say it was better in the comics if you don't know what happened in the comics. Any characters you'd like to see us cover? Let us know in the comments. And be sure to subscribe to the Fractal channel to get all the backgrounds and origins from characters for all the upcoming DC and Marvel movies and series.